People seem to like it when I go over to the Twitter to gather up the mockery of Donald Trump by the press office and Gavin Newsom. So I'm doing that. But today, the mockery has been kind of light. There's no hollering, not a bunch of cap locks. But let's get started with what we got. I'll share with you the caption in just a moment, but here it is, Donald Trump holding a golden rake while the fires burn. Go ahead and take that screenshot if you like. The caption, Trump fires. California has experienced significant federal wildfire activity in 2025, with at least 15 major fires burning over 350,000 acres on national forest and Bureau of Land Management lands. Reminder, California manages 3% of forests compared to 57% under federal management. I don't know where the other 40% is, but that is what the caption says. This dude named Paul seems to just wait on the press office or Democrats to post so he can comment, saying Gavin Newsom is the governor of California. He started the wildfires. So Gavin Newsom just out there starting wildfires. Now he's trying to blame someone else. This is truly pathetic. Newsom needs to do his job or resign. I highly doubt that Newsom is out there starting fires, but hey, that's what Paul, and remember his name is the bubble bath girl. That's what Paul says. The Great Gig says they might partially be caused by his pants always being on fire. Go ahead and take that screenshot. We have a very rotund Donald Trump, and it says Nobel Pants on Fire Prize. So go ahead and take that screenshot. This is one of the comments. It says, I guess Donald Trump can't find the water faucet because he just thinks you turn the water faucet on and then it goes and puts out wildfires. He just found the wrong faucet. Fox Entertainment News has been doing its best to avoid the economy and all of the Epstein situation. This is what they are reporting. Plans for UFC cage match on the White House lawn. Octagon cage on South Lawn. Full fight card. Lincoln Memorial weigh-ins. Jumbo screen on ellipse. Possible Oval Office walkout. And Gavin Newsom on his page says, when do the groceries get cheaper? Gavin Newsom did post this video of Donald Trump where he was saying, I don't do drawings. You can see Gavin Newsom, his name is circled right there, where Donald Trump was talking about how he doesn't do drawings. I am going to play this short clip, but then I'm going to use this as a segue to all of the Jeffrey Epstein situation. Since there wasn't much mockery, there wasn't any cap locking or anything. They were talking about the fact that it's 175, California is 175 years old. They're talking about that kind of stuff. So it's not a whole lot of laughs. So let's talk about what is trending, which is the Jeffrey Epstein situation. So let's look at this video and then let's see what is circulating on the Twitter.
I don't do drawings, but I'm not a drawing person. I don't do drawings of women, that I can tell you. They say there's a drawing of a woman, and I don't do drawings of women.
Y'all remember when Elon broke up? So Elon Musk back on June 6th said, time to drop the really big bomb. The real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. That was June 6, 2025. 9 million viewers of that and many more because lots of people took screenshots. He did try to delete that post though, remember? Musk appears to delete X, claiming Trump was in the Epstein files. We think that Peter Thiel probably got in his ear like, dude, don't blow up the spot. We got to take over. The broligarchy got to take over. So don't completely blow everything up right now. And so he deleted it. And he has been super duper quiet with all of this other stuff going around. But I'm just going to remind us all that he said that on June 6th. Y'all remember back in February when all of these MAGA influencers went to the White House and they were holding up their phase 1 binders about the Epstein files? Well, Hoodlum made this tweet. He says, a select post of MAGA influencers received phase 2 of the Epstein files. Now this person right here, her name is Libs of TikTok over on Twitter. So her name is Libs of TikTok, and I went to her page. She is not talking anything about the Epstein files, even though back in February they were talking all big and bad. Now this dude, Gunther Eagleman, he's like everything is going to eventually come out. So he at least has said that, but he's not as big and bold as he was before. Someone asked Donald Trump this question: did you sign the Epstein birthday letter? He answers, It's not my signature and it's not the way I speak. And anybody that's covered me for a long time know that's not my language. It's nonsense. And frankly, you're wasting my time. He is really irritated that this has not gone away. I did go over to his live social page. Nothing about this at all. Absolutely nothing. That's the reason why I didn't collect any live social posts. Nothing about windmills or Tom Hanks or anything like that. So nothing very interesting over there. I like how the House Democrats are just releasing things that they got from the Epstein estate. So Yashar Ali made this post. The House Oversight Committee has released the documents it has obtained from the estate of Jeffrey Epstein. This includes a copy of the now infamous birthday book. And the craziest thing about Donald Trump and even J.D. Vance trying to deny this ever happened, the cover-up is always worse than the thing. But in this case, this is pretty bad. This is pretty cringe. And the MAGA Republicans, remember, they're all extra Christian-y, especially, MAGA Mike Johnson, extra Christian-y, like, let's go, Jesus, let's go. But they are really intent on keeping this covered up for some strange reason. You would think that these extra Jesus-y people would want to see some victims get justice. But no, covering for Trump that's now their God. This is one of the pictures in the birthday book. This is super duper cringe and terrible, but this was in their birthday book. That's Jeffrey Epstein over there in the bottom corner. Yeah, this is super duper cringe. Remember, Ghislaine Maxwell just here recently said that there was no birthday book. That is what she said to Trump's Department of Justice because she's trying to get a sweetheart deal. She's keeping her mouth shut so that she can eventually get pardoned by Donald Trump. She says she don't even know anything about this birthday book. But here's Ghislaine Maxwell topless, redacted topless with Jeffrey Epstein right there. She said happy birthday and whatever that signature is. But here she is. But she said there is no birthday book. There's no birthday book. Mike Zhu says, Grok, are pictures authentic? And Grok says, the images appear to be authentic scans from Jeffrey Epstein's birthday book as released by the House Oversight Committee on September 8th. Multiple sources confirms the documents released, though a separate letter in the book is disputed by Trump and MAGA Republicans that want to cover for Trump. Just in case you need this picture, because probably Ban Jax posted this for us, saying, hey Grok, is this real? Hey Grok. Matt Rice says the Wall Street Journal releases their own analysis of the letter, comparing the signature on the Epstein birthday note to Trump's signature on letters to Hillary Clinton and George Conway. So they are posting what they have because remember, Donald Trump said, I am going to sue the Wall Street Journal, but I'm sure that they did their due diligence before making that post that they did. So these are the signatures on the Epstein letter to George Conway and to Hillary Clinton. So that's why they're saying that an expert said these are the same signatures. This was says in a thank you letter Trump sent in April 2006 to attorney George Conway, remember Kellyanne's ex-husband. The Lincoln Project, which are conservatives, but they have always been never Trumpers. This was their tweet. They said, update. Every House Rules Republican just voted to block the Epstein Files Transparency Act from advancing. Update. Every House Rules Republican just voted to block the Epstein Files Transparency Act. They are really trying to cover for him. And if Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie are successful in getting this to a vote on the floor, these people are going to be so embarrassed. They're going to be so embarrassed for trying to cover for Donald Trump the way that they have been trying to cover for him. With all that's going on with the Epstein files and making sure that these victims, these survivors never get any justice, and what Donald Trump was saying about domestic violence, how it's just a little thing that happens behind closed doors and they're just reporting some crimes that happen in the house just so I don't have 100% crime reduction. He really acted like DV was not a real crime. He did that. I do wonder the women for Trump that voted for him. Do they really feel good about this, the way victims are not getting any justice, the way he downplayed domestic violence? I really do wonder how they feel about themselves at night, especially thinking that this is a Christian How do they feel? I don't know. I honestly don't care. I hope they feel terrible, especially if they have daughters. I hope they really feel terrible about what they did. I am going to play this video again because we need to see how he feels about DV.
There's no crime. They said crime's down 87%. I said, no, no, no. It's more than 87%. Virtually nothing. And much lesser things that take place in the home they call crime. You know, they'll do anything they can to find something. If a man has a little fight with the wife, they say, this was a crime, see? So now I can't claim 100%.